Let's welcome our host, Erica Wilson.
Great day, everyone. We're here live today with the girl, Erica Wilson, that it had to happen for our Wisdom Wednesdays. And tonight I have a two-timer. How about that? I have Miss Bettie Wilson back before us on tonight, and we're talking about gifts versus talents. This should be a very, very good one because sometimes one distinguish the two. Say the two is the same, and it's definitely not the same. So let me go ahead and bring on my guests, and let me introduce to some and present to others the Bettie Wilson. Welcome.
Thank you once again. Thank you. I'm glad to be back. How are you?
Oh my God, I'm just getting over this allergy stuff. You see, I'm bundled up because it's freezing here.
Yeah, I was wondering why. Okay, it's cold in Atlanta.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, it's not that bad here. It's not that bad here.
We woke up in the 30s.
We've been talking about castor oil. Maybe you ought to get you a swig of that castor oil.
Ooh, I don't know about that.
Castor oil gets anything. Anything that's wrong, castor oil fix it.
Listen, we had enough of it when we was younger. Let me tell you.
I know.
My mom swore by it. She swore by it. I'm telling you.
And people I've been talking to lately, they swearing by it. They said because, castor oil has a lot of uses, and you wouldn't know it. But it's really good if you got anything wrong with you. Castor oil, run it out. It will run it out. My daddy used to have speaking of gifts, I call this a gift because he always had to find a way to provide for us. And then it's a talent. Gifts and talent basically the same, but it's how you feel you gotten them. Okay. Now what he used to do with castor oil.
You said what
we say?
You were saying that they the
gifts
same.
And talent. Well, gifts.
Everybody don't have gifts.
Okay, gifts. Yeah, no, everybody got a talent, but everybody don't have gifts.
Right.
Okay. Now I do know that. I am sure of that. Everybody have talents, but everybody don't have the gifts. Gifts of teachers, edifiers, ministers, everybody is not for that. But talent is for anybody. But my father was a minister. So I said his was a gift and talent. Okay. Because he gave every year at the end of winter, they will call what you call a clean out, and would call and ask my father if they will give him their castor oil, because my father had a concoction, only he knew he died with that concoction. I think my sister might have a little bit of it, but they used to come, and we had a built-in porch, right? And I used to come home from school and see all these people and their family sitting around on our porch with different types of drinks, orange juice, sodas. Y'all call them sodas, we call them pops. Anything to take, anything to take this castor oil with. And he used to come out, and he had this great big, I was wondering why he had this gigantic cooking spoon on the side of the kitchen door. He said, that is not to be touched. So one day I come home, people was on the porch. He come out with this glass, 2 glasses, as a matter of fact, and one was foaming, and the other one he would pour back and forth to mix it. You got me? He would use the glasses to pour the mix that one, then he'll use the other glass and pour it in that one. He was doing it back and forth, and it'd be foam at the top. And he always tell them, drink it slow while it's foaming, and you won't taste the castor oil. And would you believe he gave many of families clean outs like that, and they paid him $5 a spoon. That's a hustle.
That definitely is a hustle.
That's a hustle. I forgot. My daddy wore about 10 hats, okay, and told me I should wear them too, okay? But anyway, to survive for me and my kids. Huh?
I say, so he had many talents. Baby,
yes, he did. Some people have many talents.
Yes.
You know, say, God, she can do anything. Everything she touches turn to gold. She's talented. Some people have many, some people have one. But God left us with one talent to survive off of. Because that's what I believe in her. He may need you in the kingdom. And just like he sent out all the disciples and told them to go and preach, don't ask for nothing. Don't ask anybody for nothing. He will provide everything they needed when he sent them out, right? So that's how it is with us and the talents. He gave everybody one talent to provide for themselves and when he need them. So we have to find out what our talents are. Now, gifts, I found out what my gift were because I went to Word of Faith in Southfield, and they gave me a spiritual recess, what they call it, a spiritual
Why are you
questionnaire.
Thinking of that? Why are you thinking of that? What I want to ask you is, I thought it was gifts that he gives us. Not, I mean, I know he blesses us blesses us with talents as well, but that's why it says that if you don't use your gift, he will give it to someone else. And it's so hello, Darlene. Do you know Darlene?
Yeah, that's my girl. That's my girl.
Welcome.
Yes, thank you, Darlene. Yeah, when I found out the difference between gifts, like preachers, teachers, edifiers, spiritual laborers, those are gifts that he gave in the church for the different for them to run it. You understand? Now, talents is something you acquire, and he blesses it. You know how to do. Like I have I would say mine is a talent and a gift, because when he gives you a gift, you never get tired of a gift, but you get tired of a talent. You understand? When you get doing a gift,
that gift.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you why.
Not tired. I wouldn't say tired. Okay, go ahead. I wouldn't say
not
tired.
Of your gifts. No, not of your gifts. You never get tired of gifts. Because that's what God gave you. He gonna give you something that you never get tired of.
Okay.
But you can be tired of talents, because when you done did this, then you can go off and go do something else and be good at it.
But the thing
now
is,
you get me?
Yeah, I get you there, but your gifts could actually become a curse.
It
So it's
depends
not
on
that
how
you
you
get
working it. It
okay. The
depends on
reason
how
why
you
I
working it
say
because
that,
why?
the reason why I say gifts can be a curse in a certain sense, because okay, and it's only when we become how do I want to say it? It's only we become when we think we're doing it. You see what I'm saying? God has blessed us with the gift, but when we're thinking that it's something that, not God doing, we want the credit for, sometimes you utilize a gift with someone, and if the person
Mhm.
not receptive of it, you'll start thinking to yourself like, is this really a gift? Some people, or sometimes your gift can overwhelm you. Like, I'm a seer. I'm not saying I get tired of it, but I dream. It used to scare me.
Okay.
So I
Okay.
wouldn't say anything. I would stay in the back and I would just pray, right? And I'm
Mm-hmm.
telling you, clear as day, if you don't use my gift, I'll give it to somebody else. You see? So
Mm-hmm.
I won't say a curse,
Mm-hmm.
but your gift definitely can overwhelm you
It
or scare,
depends on the frame of huh?
or it can scare you.
It depends on the frame of mind you're in. That's what I'm saying. To me, it depends on the frame of mind. If you recognize that it's a gift, then you'll know how to handle it. But
Well,
I
I know well
recognize
and good that
mine.
it's a gift, but it's just
Huh?
when you see, I say, I know well and good that it's a gift, but when you see something with someone, just okay, put it like this. If God showed you in a dream something about a loved one, that wouldn't kind of like scare you,
No.
depending on what it was.
It depends on what it was and how you. How can I put it?
Like,
That's
okay, I'm gonna tell you one dream that I
that's a
used to do.
premonition. Those are premonitions, aren't they?
No, that's not. I wouldn't say that's a premonition because a premonition happens, I think, when you're awake, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I believe that a premonition it happens when you're awake. But what I'm saying, if you're a
Okay.
dreamer, like I used to have these dreams, and I can see exactly how it happened, how it's going to happen, rather. It don't be with the same person, but that dream come to pass the following day.
Okay. Okay.
And it would kind of like
Okay.
scare me.
Okay. Now, do you remember when Daniel? Yeah. Oh, not Daniel. Joseph was thrown in the
And
den with the baker and all the different ones that did
mhm.
had occupations. And remember, Joseph was the only one that can reveal a dream. Remember,
Right, he could reveal a dream. He wasn't the
that was
actual
a
dreamer.
gift.
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
but that's a gift because he can tell you what that
Yes,
dream is about. Why
absolutely.
why is happening? So that's a gift. That's not a talent. That's a
Right.
gift because God lets him know everything what to say.
Absolutely.
That's a gift. But
Absolutely.
his
And just
talent
like in
came
the
in how
dream,
you ran the huh?
just like in the dream is
Okay.
for warning. You know how they say, okay, we wasn't going to talk about the angelic experiences, right? But you
Mm-hmm.
have, I used to see, I mean, not me, my brother used to see my dad all the time. And they say they come back to warn you. You see what I'm
Okay.
saying? So my thing is, I think that's how some of the dreams, because say for instance, if you saw something, thank you, Holy Spirit. Just yesterday on our prayer broadcast, the doctor said that he had just gotten off work. I believe, I want to say, got home probably about one-ish and got in the bed to go to sleep after being at work all day. And a young lady he told everybody someone had an appendix surgery that need to take place. So he says they're really bad. We could meet them in the morning. So he said, call everybody in the morning, probably about 6ish or whatever. So here it is. someone from I guess one of his staff members called him and told him that he needed to come in. Everybody is there waiting for him. Now watch this, Miss Betty, because this thing like, oh. So as he get to the hospital, all of his staff is there. They're ready. They perform the surgery and everything. So he said he normally see his ICU patients at the end. He said, but he decided to go to this young lady's room who he had did a surgery on, I guess, first. The lady was bleeding out. So God used that staff member that called him to tell him he needed to come in now. God used her. So that's a gift too. So he used her. She didn't know, she just was saying, let's come on in because everybody's here. She was obedient. So when he got there, and he wasn't going to even go see this lady at first. But had he come in at 6 a.m., he wouldn't have got to that lady in time. That lady could have bled out and died. He gave that testimony yesterday on the show, and I just was like, "Whoa!" See, you never know. He was saying about basically, we were talking about how if someone is late with your food, and would you get upset with them, or would you basically extend them grace, right? So he said he was upset by him getting, they woke him up at 4 o'clock. He had just went to sleep at 1. So he was a little upset. He said, but he understood when he got there.
Okay. What his purpose was.
That was definitely a gift. So I can see that. I can see that. But the talents, I think we all have.
We all got them.
Yeah.
We all have them. It's just how we use them.
Yeah.
I know people that got many of them. Okay, just say for instance, a talent is what could be two things. A talent could be money, and a talent can be what you're good at doing. You're good at handling adversity. You got a talent to talk to people, to change their mind. You got a talent. Like, okay, I consider like for me, I call it a talent, also a gift, because when you have a gift, you love it. A gift is something you can do for free. You love it that much. That's God granted you that gift. So you can have the love for what he granted you for. You understand what I'm saying? Now, a talent, I don't do all the time. But hair, I can do it anytime because I love it. God gave me that gift. No, that's a gift. When you can do something for free and love doing it, that's a gift. God blessed you with that to do what you do and love doing what you do.
Yeah,
because he may need you.
Too, you can do with the talent. You definitely can do something for free as well.
Yeah, but the talent don't last like a gift when you have a love for something. What is your love? What would you do free? Huh? Okay, just tell me that. What do you love to do so much that you'll do it for free if you had to?
I give. I'm a giver.
That's a gift. That's a gift.
Yes, I would say what that's my talent is. Right.
Your talent. Wait, I'm gonna tell you what your talent is. Couponing.
I didn't think you was gonna go there, but yeah,
that's a talent. Now you see the difference.
But see, the talent. If it's a talent, I still gave that stuff away for free. Even though
it don't matter. You know how to do it. You got a talent to do it.
Yeah.
And baby, you do it well. Like, okay, I'm gonna show you a talent. I'm gonna show you a talent. I was sitting up here, me and Darlene, by her being couldn't go nowhere because she had caught the pneumonia. Bless her heart, put in your prayers. Well, she said, let's make candle holders. She said, because I can't sit up in the house and doing nothing. I said, okay. So I'm gonna show you what I did. Now, this is a talent, but this is not something I do all the time. I used to do Christmas ornaments and put pictures inside. You see it?
Oh, nice.
See? And
Uh-huh.
on the back, I will always have an ornament or something in the back, but a picture go inside. You can see it pretty good, right?
Yeah. No. Yeah. Right there, right there, right there.
Now, right there. Okay,
Yeah.
see inside of it, it's a deer, it's a Christmas tree, it's
I see
snow.
the Christmas tree. I see the Santa and the baby.
Yeah, so this is considered a talent, but I don't do it all the time. It bores me. You see, that's a talent to
Yes.
be able to do that. Everybody can't do that.
Yes, ma'am.
Am I right? Okay, now this is the one me and Darlene, she made, oh, she about got rid of all hers, but I say I did mine. I'm gonna show you. This is what, can you see it?
Oh, that's nice. Yes, ma'am. Bring it back over a little bit.
This way, this way.
Back to your right. I mean left. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's nice.
Oop. But okay, it's a mirror at the top, but it lights up.
Uh-huh.
See, that's a talent to be able to do that because everybody ain't got the patience. Everybody ain't can't do that. You understand what I'm saying? So
You're
that's
absolutely
considered
correct.
a talent,
You're
huh?
absolutely correct. I said you're absolutely correct because I see some of these young ladies that's on TikTok and Instagram, and I see how they're doing all of these DIYs. That's talent. You
Yeah,
know,
that's
and
talent. But you see it, right?
yes, oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah, the deers and the tree. So that's talent, but that's not something I would do all the time. But like you said, you see them on these what is it, DIYs or something?
DIYs, yes, ma'am. Uh-huh.
Yeah, but if they're not doing it all the time, that was a talent they had for that. So they can go find another talent and be good at it.
Mm-hmm.
See, if I want to, like, I love hair. As you can see, this is another one of my hair pieces, units I make.
Oh,
Every
nice.
time I come on the show, I'm gonna have a different one. This is a little short,
Okay.
okay, but I love it so much. I would do it for free. So that's why I know it's a gift. Because if
Mm-hmm.
God allow me to go to somewhere, and somebody need their head done, a bunch of people need their head done, and when I get there, I don't know that, but God sent me there.
Uh-huh.
But if I get there and people say, "Oh, I need my hair done," I know these people can't afford it. Then I know what my job is
That's
to
an
do their hair
assignment.
for them, huh?
It's an assignment.
Okay, so that's what my gift is at. I'm doing these ladies' hair for them, and I'm not charging them. God told me not to, cause He gonna pay me. Now you
All
got me.
right. All right.
That's
Okay.
the difference that I learned.
Okay. So, all right. You said that. Now, this going to get a little deep here because you said that, okay, in the church, right? You have the
Hmm.
pastors and so forth who have the gifts, correct?
Right,
So,
teachers, ministers,
uh-huh.
edifiers. Yeah,
Yes, ma'am.
speaking the
So,
tongue.
uh-huh. So, why is it that some want to be paid for their gift if it's a gift?
If it's a gift, because they think that's how they think. They think money wise. Oh, I can make some money off of this. They're being selfish. They're not thinking how they can help somebody with it, then make some money. That's how I look at it.
Mm,
I'm making some money. I can do this. I'm making some money off of this. Now, if you were meant to be a teacher to learn in order to teach others, then that's different. There's teachers that love their work. They love teaching their students. And they
mhm.
want to make sure them students get what they're supposed to have. That's a gift because they got the love for it. They spend their money giving them their school supplies. They spend their money bringing them when they find out the kids haven't eaten. They spend money. God done blessed them enough to do that for those kids. So that's a gift that she loves to do that for those children. God blessed her to do that. He only blessed certain people to do things like that. So I considered me and what I understood, that's considered a gift because of the love you have for something.
Mhm. But you can have a
You
love for a
love,
talent too. You
you
can
can have
have a love
what?
for a talent too. I say you can have love for a talent too because I know my son is very talented in football and he loves football. But I
That's a
think
gift.
no, that's his talent. Because I'm gonna show you
Okay.
something. That
Okay.
is his talent. His gift is the heart God has given him. Where God uses, he gives us a platform, right? And when he give us
Mm-hmm.
this platform, we utilize his what? His talents and his gifts, because he blessed
Mm-hmm.
us with both, you know. So here it is. Even though he's talented to play football, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's gifted to touch lives through his talent.
Okay. Okay. I see what you're saying.
Yes, ma'am. So
Yeah.
the
So
thing
he got both.
yes, ma'am. But see, like you said too, with the couponing, I spent money to go couponing, right? People think, I guess, when you coupon that you don't spend. Sometimes you don't spend no money. Sometimes they pay you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Watch this though. It's something that we can never get back. Is what? Your time.
Your time.
Your time is very valuable, right? So
Exactly.
I can say that, when I go and I did coupon, I could say, okay, well, let me put together a package, right? And
Mm-hmm.
charge for these things. But no, it was
But you,
I felt like I was
mm-hmm.
good at couponing, but
Mm-hmm.
heart didn't allow me to charge people. You see what
That's
I'm
a
saying? I
gift
just
to
giving
me.
heart, right? It's a giving heart, a gift, yeah.
That's
But
a
the thing
gift. Yeah.
was good at couponing, so that is the talent. But then
Mm-hmm.
I was, good. I mean, I'm great at giving. So,
Okay.
yeah. So let me ask you this. So how would you notice if someone was in need of help? Would you say you'll use your gift to know that, or your talent?
Well, first of all, I try to get in the habit of asking God when I get up in the morning
Yes,
to
ma'am.
send me people that He want me to be a blessing to,
Mm-hmm.
and He does.
Mm-hmm.
So when a person come to me and tell me that they want their hair done, but they don't have the money, it's a discernment I have in me. God has given me. It's a
Mm-hmm.
discernment that I will have if that person is sincere or not. It's a discernment because I already asked God to send me who. How would I know who it is? But it's a discernment. It just be something that'll go off to let me know that person is sincere.
If
It's
they
not
ask
often that it happens.
if they
If a,
ask you, or can you just pick if they ask you, saying like, maybe Miss Reddy, can you do my hair? I really don't have it. Or would you say,
through conversation,
okay,
through
okay,
conversation, because being a stylist and how I am about hair,
yes,
I'll be looking at their head while I'm talking to them. I can't help it. You look at people's hair you, because that's what you do. And
uh-huh,
if her hair is not the part, instead of talking about it, if I can help her, I would say, well, I tell you what, I can give you a good shampoo and a blow dry. You ain't got to worry about that. We can do that in 15 minutes. You see
uh-huh,
what I'm saying? So
yes, ma'am,
that's to me a discernment because of the feeling I would have. A lot of times, like I told you before, sometimes you could put a price on stuff, on items, and what people can do for you, and to missed out on the blessing because they had planned to give you more.
uh-huh,
Do you understand?
yes, ma'am.
So
That's
that's
why
why a lot
every
of
time
times,
someone asks me uh, um, about a budget, I never give it to them.
hmm
I never give. You tell me what you charge, and if it's something that I could do, then I'll let you know. If it's not, I will
let you
definitely let
know.
you know as well. Sometimes
That's
it's
right.
common sense. It's
That's
not like you
right.
say. Sometimes it's common sense, but you know what? Excuse me. I know that it's been times where um, a person didn't have to ask. God laid it on my heart, and I knew that I had to do. So I will say that's a gift.
hmm
You know what I'm saying?
hmm
Because sometimes what we can do as people is get in God's way. If God has someone in a certain situation and we go try to save them, God says, I do the saving, not you. So we could
You
get
said
in
it to
God's
me. That's
way.
right. hmm
We could get in God's way
hmm
by doing whatever it is that that person may need, right?
What we think they need.
What we think they need, right? And the thing
What
is,
we think they
God
need. Yeah.
says I got them in that position for a reason because I need them to solely depend on me. I don't
Me,
want them to
that's right.
oh, it's something that you did. I need them to solely depend on me, you
That's
know?
right. That's right.
And
That's
yeah,
right.
a lot of times we go and we get in God's way a lot of times when he have people in certain situations. That's why I love what you said with the spirit of discernment. You definitely have to use that.
Yeah,
It's a must. It's a must.
but yeah, but having the gift, I just found out because I put it two and two together after I read Rick Warren's book a while back called A Purpose Driven Life.
Mm-hmm.
And I put two and two together because at that time I was going through doing wigs and hair. It was a yearning I had. It was like an idea, and I had to get it off on somebody quick. You ain't got to pay me. I just got to get this idea off. And
Yes,
that's
ma'am.
when I looked at it. I said, "Oh, that's a gift because I can do this for free and don't and feel good about making them feel good."
Yeah,
That's
and
to me.
that is the
Now you got
that's
me.
one of the yes, ma'am. That's one of the best gifts there is right there. When you can put a smile on someone's face.
Somebody's face. That's right.
Wow. And I
So
love it was a saying, um, don't not verbatim, basically blessing someone who could do absolutely nothing for you.
for you, don't look for it back.
Don't look
Yeah,
for it.
it's a virtue, but I
Yeah.
understand what you're saying. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
So now that goes to
But
my
then
next
again,
question. Do you feel
but
any personal responsibility to provide for those that's in need? Do you feel like a
let me say
personal
it again.
do you feel any personal responsibility to provide for those that's in need?
If I got it, yeah. It ain't like I got to give it all to them.
Mhm.
Share something with them. Just share something with them. Because if you share, you still got some.
Mhm. Or
So if they in need,
even if you share it, Miss Betty, it's still coming back to you.
yeah, either way it go. That's what I'm saying. So yeah, if I got it, yeah, I help them. They ain't gonna
Yeah.
get it all. I got 5 on it.
So Miss Betty, what if God told
Okay.
listen, you had that last $100 in your pocket. Excuse me. You had that last $100 in your purse. And God says, give it, Miss Betty. You're like, for real, God? Do I give the whole 100 or do I have 5 on it?
I
What
know,
would-
right? And guess what? This happened too. When I was in Detroit, this family got burnt out,
yes,
and
ma'am.
I'm a tither. I haven't been doing right, but I tried my best to do a tither because that's how I survive. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And this family got burnt out, and had just gave my few little bucks in church, so I didn't have any more until I got home. And the spirit told me to go back and look in my little wallet. Girl, now you know how big a wallet is. I said, what? Ain't nothing in this wallet. Girl, do you know I dug down and I had forgot I had folded up some money and put it in the corner, hiding from myself. And the spirit told me to give that to the family. I said, wait. I said, all of it? All of it? I'm looking for the change, the collection box to get change. And the spirit said, give it all to him. I felt so ashamed. I gave it to him. I did. I gave it to him. But then God blessed me. Because I said, God, did you sure? Because I didn't even know that was in there. The spirit said, that's why I told you to give it to because you didn't even know it was in there.
You didn't even know it was
So
in there.
I gave it to him. But yeah, I tried to do the right thing because you never know who God got for you to do the right thing for you.
Right.
You understand? You have to be, it do not hurt to be pleasant to people. If they want to be nasty, that's their business. But you
Mm.
do your job by being nice, polite to them,
Right,
and
right,
not,
right.
you just do your job. And if they want
Mm-hmm.
to be nasty, say, well, I know it ain't me, because I spoke, and I'm trying to, be cordial with them.
Right. I
So
like to tell people it costs you nothing to be nice, but it can cost you everything to be nasty. So
everything. That's
uh
right.
and you know what? One of the biggest things is what could make someone be so rude and so nasty. Sometimes when people have money, because you said in the beginning of the show, it could turn us into some ugly individuals. Like,
Oh,
um, making you think that somebody's always coming for something, or make you turn your nose up at somebody or look down on somebody. It's just I don't, how can I say
yeah,
it?
I got you. That's how people are, though. I remember this
Yeah.
song, "People Make the World Go Round." You know, so that's the
Mm,
way it is with people, and it hurts you that people, because that's not you. I used to be so sensitive, but I was hard. Baby, let me tell you something. I used to be so sensitive because they used to talk about my color. For all my life I was Black Betty, okay?
oh wow.
And wait a minute, Black Betty with the pretty teeth. I'm so glad I had teeth, okay? But anyway, that made me very mean, because there was other people darker than me and they didn't mess with them. But
Mm,
I would cry, and they thought I was crying because I was afraid of what they said about me. But I was crying because I did not have the heart to say the mean things to them that they
mm,
said to me. You
wow.
understand what I'm saying?
Yes, ma'am.
If I cried, that was the reason why. Because I can't say mean things to people like that. But when I got through crying, it was over for Rover. Okay? Oh yeah. I took care of a little business. I laid some hands on some folks, okay?
But you lay those you lay these kind of hands.
I said, try Jesus, not me, okay?
Oh, I tell you. Mm-mm,
But
mm-mm.
I always had that type of heart. And then my father, he was a volunteer for many things. My father had a little grocery store. He had a garbage, going through the alley picking up the aluminum.
Uh-huh.
He had a church in Chicago and a church in Detroit.
Oh
And I
wow.
was with him in all those times. So that's how I learned how to provide for me and my kids. He had told, because I was hanging out with everybody. Girl, I was hanging out. Didn't you hear me when I said everybody? But I didn't get high because somebody had to be the designated driver.
There you go.
Designated. So I was it. But I was around all kinds of people.
Mm-hmm.
And my daddy told me, if you gonna hang around, find what they like and you sell it to them. So I found out they love socks. I found out they love to do all, dress. So I started buying socks and putting a price tag on it and selling it to them. See, that's how I survived, because my father had so many hats he wore. He was very practical in everything he did.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I end up. Girl, I done did so much volunteer work. See, people don't understand volunteer work is better than pay sometimes,
Mm.
because it's what you learn if you volunteer, and you can take that to somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
When you volunteering and learning everything they doing, that's knowledge you done acquired.
And that's
And you
something they
can take
can't
that
take.
knowledge every day. You
Yeah.
see, so volunteering, and it can be so much fun. It's rewarding. And my
Yeah.
father was the biggest volunteer for the senior citizens. And baby, we end up with all the pans of food when they got through.
But you know what? What you just said, I find it so rewarding as well. Um,
Mhm.
but nowadays everything has a price tag on it. No one really wants to help you unless, well, and I understand, trust me, I understand your time is valuable. I get that. Granted, I get that, but you're coming to an organization, and I don't know. I mean, I saw some organizations that really pay themselves and
Mm-hmm.
things like that. That was never the case with 88 Blessings. 88 Blessings was full giving, 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 giving.
Giving. Yes, you were.
Because
I was there.
Yes, ma'am. One of the things I know is my rewards come from God. And God says, you take care of my people, I'll take care of you. Right? But I had someone to tell me the reason why you can't keep people on is because you're not paying them.
Well, no, the reason I done heard people say that, but people, those that stay on, were meant to be on. You understand? Without pay.
Right.
And some people are just small-minded like that. They don't look at the benefit of being part of helping to give, to help others. It's not all about us. It's about others. So we got some very small-minded people to say that. Means why? Because you don't pay. What is it? Pay or pay well?
He say pay them. He told me, he said the reason why like your turnaround, and I'm like, we have had great people be a part of the organization,
Right.
But again, I just think sometimes, like in a case, it could be wherein the person may see who the person is tied to and think that they can give more or whatever it is, but that's not the case, because 88 Blessings was Erica's baby, not Alan's baby. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, Erica didn't get paid, and Erica worked 24/8, not 24/7. I was up all times of the night, thinking of what we could do, how we could give, and things like that. But we had some of the greatest people to come through 88 Blessings. But to hear this guy say this, and I'm just like, okay, well, I see where your head is,
Yeah.
But at the
Oh, yeah.
day, God will set the people there, right, where they're supposed to be, to
Supposed to
serve.
be.
Because
That's
at
right.
the end of the day, it's about serving.
They don't understand that.
Being a blessing, you're blessed to be a blessing.
They're if they don't know about being blessed to be a blessing, that's because they don't read the Bible and they don't go to church. You understand what I'm saying? Because when you understand that you are blessed, you are blessed to be a blessing. When they understand that, then they'll understand the feeling behind it. That's what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to just be getting. You're supposed to give some, even if a person go and get some food when they don't need it. But if they come back and give everybody some, that's a blessing that they even thought to do that. God laid on their heart to do it.
Yeah.
Then when people do good things like that.
And even if somebody's trying to bless you, and no, I can't take that. I can't take that. You shouldn't block anyone's blessings.
Blessings, right?
No, even if you don't want it, pass it down. Give it to somebody else. You know what I'm saying?
Pay it forward. That's right.
Yeah,
pay it forward.
Yeah. Pay it forward.
Yeah.
But that's one of the things, like I said, with 88 Blessings, we had some great people. And I just didn't know why the guy felt the need to even say that. But hey, it is what it is.
It is what it is. That's how he felt.
Yeah.
That's how he felt. And when the time comes, as they said, such a time as this, then he'll be looking like a half-done egg. You know what I'm saying?
Not a half-done egg. Oh my gosh.
Half-done egg, okay? Because volunteering is the most rewarding.
Oh my gosh, it is.
Rewarding. Let me tell you, I volunteer so much, girl. I volunteered and got a Republican on a Democratic ballot.
You told me.
Baby,
oh my God!
So much. Got that Republican, and Republicans do not be on Democratic ballot in Detroit. And she said she just want to show that it can be done, and she got the right person. And baby, I got her on that ballot. I got her on that ballot. Do you hear me?
Yes,
And
ma'am.
she was
So
the only Republican.
you just answered my other question that I had for you. I was going to ask you,
Okay.
how have you used your time, your money, and your opportunities God has given you?
How what?
How have you used your time, your
Okay.
money, and your opportunities that God has given you?
Well, how I use my time when where there's a need or somebody needs something or needs
Mhm.
something done, I
Yes, ma'am.
try to go and assist them if they need to go to the doctor, if they need to go grocery shopping. I try to assist people also because that is time you're giving back to help somebody. And the money, I got myself out of debt with it, the blessings of it. And I try to give classes to introduce what I do. I make hair units for women with alopecia by hand. I can't do it because I have bad arthritis. I used to make wigs.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
used to do it on the sewing machine, but when you mess up on the sewing machine, you will tear up the stitch and trying to get it out. So I just started doing it by hand. So I was trying to introduce that to give that talent to somebody that want to learn how to make a wig, because I can show you how to make a basic wig in 3 hours by hand. You know. So, but I try to do as much as I can when he give it to me, because I said I'm employed by God.
That's
I used
right.
to say it all the time. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna continue saying that. I had stopped saying it, and I was broke. I got broke. So when
Oh,
long as I was saying I'm employed by God, I had money. I gave tithes. You know, you
right.
have to tithe too. You have to.
I'm
Um,
glad you said
10,
that.
yeah,
Okay.
10% is what I learned. I don't know
Yes,
how other
ma'am.
people. Okay.
My question to you, because I'm very open with this because I struggle with paying tithes to a church.
Mm-hmm.
Um I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, or share your thoughts. Um I think with tithing, it could be anyone that's doing ministry, God's work.
Okay.
Why is it that they tell us basically it's to the church? Because the church is in you. You
Right.
see,
But if you go into the building,
uh-huh.
if you go into the church, to sit in the building under the air condition, under the lights,
Uh-huh.
the pianist, you wouldn't have church if it wasn't for the choir. You wouldn't have church if it wasn't for people making sure the church is ran on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays. When they ask you to tithe, that's to pay the bills of the church. Because if you're not there, you don't need if you don't there. But you're there with everybody else sucking up the lights and heat and gas and uh, air condition. Tithing is to help run the church now, because back in the day, in Jesus' day, they didn't have air condition, so they couldn't give to that. You
Okay.
understand? So the tithing is for the people that was in need. So that's where the tithing from. If
The
whatever,
tithing, you
if
say
the
the tithing,
church
you say the tithing for the people that's in need, correct?
is supposed to be in need, right? But see,
Yes.
some people done took the advantage of that. See, at some point they have to stop, but
Uh-huh.
you still be a blessing to tithe, because you helping keep the church open for somebody or some people or someone that need to come in and talk to the minister and to just pray. You understand? So tithing goes towards that. So I've never had a problem tithing, because it's not theirs, it's God. And what they do with it, that's between them and God. I
See, that's
gave
not
my
my
part.
right. I wouldn't say that's my problem. I
Hmm.
say you say because the gas, I mean the lights, the AC. When the pandemic hit, nobody was in the church.
See, uh, down here people was. That's why I don't understand. Well, see, to me, when the pandemic hit and those churches weren't supportive of it, they are very selfish if they did not try to help those they could. You can't help everybody,
Right.
but there's some people you could have helped. So they had to deal with God on that.
No,
Because
what
if
I'm
they've been
saying
taking
is,
money,
like, if you going to the church, see, my thing was what kind of like threw me off with tithing is when I did tithe and I hit a hard time and I went to church, I had to sit before 5 people to tell my story. And that was very
hmm
embarrassing, you know. So if I'm paying my tithe to your church, I have to go sit in front of a committee.
well, the thing is, I'm looking at it on the business side. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
people come through all the time saying they need, they
Uh-huh.
give,
No, I'm not
but
saying
then
they
there's
don't. I'm
some.
telling you what was mine. Like what was
No,
mine.
no.
Yeah.
Okay, what I'm saying is that the same scenario.
Uh-huh.
It's just they done had. You don't know how many people have came to them with the same story you have.
Okay.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
So that's why they go through people to help get an understanding what is needed and what is not. Sometimes they're very insensitive to it and wrong about how they feel and think about it. But that's the way it is because so many people have came to the church and didn't pay rent purposely so the church can pay their rent, or spent their food stamps, sold all their food stamps. Then they go to the church looking for food, money to help with their food, but then they sold all their food stamps. You understand? So
Miss Darlene
that's the
said
reason why.
she said her
Huh?
church, she said her church was open. Okay.
Yeah. So
So some
people,
churches,
there's people.
I just thought that we were all on a lockdown. I didn't know that some churches still was open, even though we were
Oh yeah,
going through a pandemic, you know, where this COVID
right.
thing like really hitting left and right. But even going back to what you said, because in the beginning you said a gift is for free,
Mm-hmm.
right? So even with 88 blessings, I didn't worry about what those women was telling me. If they came to me as
That's
in
right.
need, I did.
You gave. That's
You see
right.
what I'm saying? So my thing is, we talked about putting a number on it, correct? So to me, that's tithing to me because I'm still helping someone that's in need.
Yeah, you tithing. It's
You
just
know,
the basic. The church basic is the percentage. But if you feel you're not going to a church and you still giving and you still helping, that's between you and God. He will let you know when it's
absolutely,
time to do what needs to be done. You see what I'm saying?
absolutely.
So that's the way I look at it. But
Right.
church wise is 10% because that's what the Bible said in the first six the percentage in the old Bible, the Old Testament,
Okay, so
10%.
if you had one that was not working, should they not go to church because they can't pay tithes?
No, they still should, because they got to hear the word. They got to learn the word. See, the word might give them the ideas of what to do to make money in order to pay tithes. See, the
Okay.
minister had to be on his PQs too. You understand what I'm saying? The minister got to be tight too, because the minister talk about tithes. He will explain why you have to pay tithes. It'd be feasible to tithe. But one, faith. When you pay tithes, you got to have faith. That's
Mhm.
another thing. I live off of faith and tithes because faith
You right. You hear what you say? You
is,
say you, right?
yeah. I do.
You
Mm-hmm.
have the babe in Christ that's coming in and they want to learn, get their life right with Christ. And here it is, they may not be working at the time. Why is it that it just have to be said to give 10%? I mean, it could be anything. You could give of your time. If
Yeah,
I don't
you can go
have
to the
it
church.
here, let me go sweep the floor or something. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Let me help out
right.
a certain way. But it's
That's
not
right.
being it's not being taught that way. It's like this. And tithing is not just money.
No, it's not. But see, the person that comes to the church and don't have it, if they have it in their heart, they done talk to God, they will go to that church to see what could they do to volunteer because they have no money. Do you understand? That's what a person would basically do. Go to, where can I go to be a service? Because I have no job. But see, you don't know. God might have sent you there because they were looking for somebody to be, to take this specific position. And you went there without a job, and they said, oh, well, we got somebody here that need a job. Okay. And that can be a blessing that way.
So let me ask
you. So you have to speak up.
Okay. What if that person, I love throwing out scenarios. What if that person that's coming to the church had been helping an elderly person that the church know anything about? But they want to get their soul right. So outside of the church, they had been helping this, well, not just an elderly person, helping someone that really needs it. And not just with finances, because that's what we always, the monetary.
Right.
What if they're helping them with something that they really need? Like you said you take people to the doctor if they don't have a ride. You to the grocery store, whatever it may be. So what happened if that same person can't pay tithes, but helping someone outside of the church?
That's a good thing. That's a brownie point for them. But they still have, it would be nice to still come to church to gather yourself with the assembler. You know what I'm saying? To hear the word, hear what the minister, because you might have been praying for an answer. And you happen to go to that church, and that's the answer from the church. Somebody from that church gave you your answer. So that's why it's good to go to church to assemble yourselves. Because when you talk to people, people give you ideas. You may not go along with their ideas, but because of what they said, you was able to bounce off and say, oh, wow, I didn't think of that. You understand what I'm saying?
Maybe
so that's why
needed word. It's what you're saying. It was a word that was needed for them. Is that what you're saying?
Right. It's a word. Because how many times have you sat in the church? You said that minister spoke directly to me. It didn't happen. So if a person don't have no money, don't stop going to church because you're learning. You don't know who will be a blessing to you in that church. See,
correct.
God sent you to that church for a minute, for a reason. So just go.
Yes, to get fed, just like Miss Darlene just said. Absolutely, I totally agree with that. But the thing is, if that person is a babe in Christ and they're going up in their church and it's being said, you have to pay your tithes, you need to do this. See, if it's a babe in Christ and the babe is feeling bad, like they don't have it to give, not the first time, it could be a couple of times. Say they done came quite a few times and they just don't have it. What happens if you turn that person away by keep forcing, oh, you're supposed to pay your tithes? Or I done heard some say that's why you don't have anything, because you don't pay your tithes. But if I don't have it to give, what do you want me to do? Like I'm doing things that you guys probably don't know anything about outside of the church. You see what I'm saying? So I'm a bit confused when it comes to the tithing of money and time.
The thing is, you got to understand, that's between you and God. What people say, who cares what people say?
No,
they ain't got a heaven on here.
That's the truth.
People say,
that's the truth. But what I'm saying is, if I'm talking about this babe, see, this is what I'm saying. Like, we have to learn.
If that babe come to church, that's why if a babe come to church,
yes, ma'am,
it's gonna be somebody there. God gonna have somebody there to catch them and explain everything to them. Trust me, if God led them to that church, it's somebody there for them. And
you know
that person.
You know why I'm asking you this?
Why?
I was that babe.
Okay, it depends on the type of church and what kind of teaching that minister was doing. You understand? But you stopped going because of how they, which you shouldn't have.
No, if you like, I stopped going. No, I didn't say I stopped going. I'm saying I was that babe at one point.
Okay. You could have, but you didn't let it turn you around. Right. That's a good thing. Right.
And that's only because of the hunger that I had.
You have. That's right. And you liked that word.
Yes, and sometimes
Yeah,
it's not that minister, it could be the people that's underneath that minister or that preacher, that bishop, or whoever it may be. That because one bad apple could spoil the bunch, right? But I'm just
yep,
saying, if someone wasn't as hungry, or was I would say a weaker link, um, it could have deterred them. And this is what
it,
I'm saying. Even with not just the tithing, how we need to reach our young people. We have
that's
young
right.
people here that's not willing to come into the church because they're being judged by what they may come to church in or how they look. It's just that it's time out for that. We're in some perilous times, and we need to know, get to know, start winning our young folks for the kingdom. I
And
could tell
guess
you.
what?
Mhm.
That's why there's people. If that young person have a
Mhm.
heart to go to that church, God got somebody waiting on him. Trust
Mhm.
me, to explain everything that need to be explained. He ain't gonna let the enemy mess with that babe. He gonna have somebody there to walk him through everything they need to know if they're a babe.
You
That's why
know
they tell you to
Stephen
go to
Furtick?
classes.
Yeah. Do you
Hmm.
know Stephen? Pastor Stephen Furtick?
Yeah.
Okay. He gave a scenario. A young lady came to church. She didn't have on what they thought that she should have on
Hmm.
because I guess it was um what they call
Inappropriate.
distracting the deacons. So the
Yeah.
deacons went to the pastor. Pastor went to the young lady and told her that, she's been a distraction. She can't come to church dressed like that. Not verbatim, but basically. She came
Right.
back a second time. The second time she was dressed the same way. And the preacher went to her again and said, "Didn't I tell you not to dress like that?" And then, okay, on that third try, when she came back again, he went to her. He said, before the second try, he told her to ask Jesus what she should wear. So here it is. That third try, she come back up in there with the same thing. And the pastor goes to her and he said, "Didn't I tell you not to come back up in here? Didn't I tell you to ask God what to wear?" And she said, "I did." And he said he don't know because he never visited this church.
Church. Uh-huh.
Come to find out, this was all the young lady had.
Yeah, that's right.
But instead of us worrying about her getting to the church to receive a word, we're worrying about what she have on. Now, if you're paying attention to your word, you won't have to worry about what she have on
That's
because
right.
you can be focused. But at the same time, too, again, this is why our young folks, and not saying that anybody should come to church dress inappropriately, right? But I'm just saying
Right.
that the biggest concern was she made it there.
That's right.
So how can we get more of that? I think we lost her, guys. Please do bear with us. Miss Betty, you dropped out. All right, guys, thank you so much. Oh, it's 7:04. Maybe that's why she dropped out. We're 4 minutes over, guys, but listen, we talked about gifts and talents. We also talked about tithing. We talked about faith. Miss Betty is a two-timer. She will be back with us maybe soon. However, I'm going to go now. We're going to go ahead and end the broadcast because I'm not sure if she's having technical difficulties or she just had to log out because we're over time. So I do thank you for tuning in with us here at It Had to Happen. We cannot do this without each and every one of you. So guys, too, if you would like to book with me on a Wednesday or a Thursday, you can do so by going to my website at www.ericawilson.h2h.com. Oh, she's back. Hold on.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
I don't
My
know.
phone. These phones are crazy. But the young lady you were saying after he God couldn't tell because he had never been there. That's a good one, okay? But a
Miss
lot of
Darlene said,
people,
yeah.
go ahead.
Miss Darlene said we had that happen, but we had extra clothing for the person to put on.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. But see, a lot of churches are not taught like that. See, a lot of churches that act like that come from the head. Because if they was teaching like they supposed to, the head, you understand what I'm saying? They they act like they pastor. They pastor preach small-minded stuff, opposed to teaching them how to grab hold to a babe and show them in a nice way of how things go. Church is nothing but hospitals to me. Everybody going there trying to get right, even the devil. Okay,
I'm trying to
but
tell you.
It's something. Churches. That's why if you want to go to a church, you've never been there, but you want to know what it's like, go to their Bible study. Because the Bible study tells you everything they teach is in that church. Am I right?
Wow.
So
that's one of the
if
things,
you go,
it's
so if you don't like what they talking about in Bible study, you ain't gonna go back to the church. Think about it.
You know
Now,
what?
if you like what's going
Bible
on,
studies used to be okay, but the Sunday services was on fire. It was on fire. Our Sunday services used to be on fire. But I'm saying like Bible study, and I guess too, the reason why I say that too, because you get what? You get the singing, you get the hooping and the hollering and the all of that.
Yeah. But Bible study is just what it is, studying the Bible.
The Bible. Mm-hmm.
But if you don't understand what they're talking about, you're gonna say, that's all right. I won't be going Sunday because I ain't understand nothing they was talking about last night. Ain't no need of going and getting this Sunday. Am I right?
This lady was a drug user, but she did come to the church. Absolutely. See, that's what I'm saying. Miss Darlene, if we really sat down and thought about who God used in the Bible, see, that's what's wrong with some Christian folks. They want to go sit with other Christian folks. See, because us Christian folks, we think we got it all together. But God sat with the sinners. He sat with the sinners. We don't want to go sit with the sinners, right? We look at somebody, let's say for instance, Miss Betty, you know I'm sold out for Christ, and you see me in the club. You don't know if God sent me to that club on an assignment.
That's right.
I don't have a drink the first because I don't drink, but I don't have a drink the first. You see me sitting there talking to a young, and it could even be a young man that God has used me. I was on an assignment.
That's right. That's right.
But just because one see that I'm sitting in the club,
they don't even know.
You're a fake Christian, but they don't even know that I'm on assignment. Better yet, let me not even use the club. What happens if you see your pastor at lunch with a lady knowing he married?
Yeah, go over there and speak to him and introduce yourself to her and keep it moving. That's moving. A nice sermon, pastor you had. Yeah.
But you know what? One would say, oh, he cheating on his wife. He doing this. That could have been a business meeting. It could even been his cousin or his sister or something that you don't know anything about.
Yep. Speculating.
There you go.
Yeah. Speculating.
Speculating. That's the number one destroyer right there. But it's called extending the same grace that you want extended unto you. So I really wish that we can start reaching our youth. That's why I hate that you got off that bus, because what you were telling me that you were doing with those young people, that is amazing. You gave them a chance to be them. No judgment zone. You really gave them a chance to be them.
Yeah, I did.
Some things inside of them. And I'm telling you that. Now, see right there, I would say that right there is I would call that a gift.
A gift to deal with them kids. If you can deal with them, yes, that's a gift. Ooh, girl. But see, God didn't make that for me. Because if it did, I would have still been there. That wasn't for me.
You did it well.
But I went and taught after that. That was for me. Being a hair instructor.
Okay, but
being a hair instructor, that was
he put you around many. So I mean, he put you around few because he knew you was going to be around many.
That's
So
right. So,
you touch those
but
babies on the bus. That's something that will last, forever. And they
oh
will
yeah,
always remember that. Being
yeah,
heard is a great
yeah,
thing. And a lot
it
of
really
times
is.
not heard. They're talked at and not talked with. And that was something
Well,
that you were doing. Yes, ma'am, with them. But we're a little over time, Miss Betty. We're right here at 7-Eleven. And your girl, she cooked some neck bone rice and neck bones and black eyed peas. So good.
uh-uh. Girl, you and your mom, girl, it's a blessing. Your mom still there cooking. Because I figured out if it was me, I'd probably be out on the sea somewhere.
Not her. My mom, listen, right now. Oh, you know what? She loved cruising. She loved
Okay.
cruising. But see, I don't go near a gas stove. I do not.
Okay.
She was like, what's going to happen? God forbid something happened to me. I say, okay, that stove will be gone.
And
I
so
don't
we
do
cross that bridge when we get to it. Yeah.
huh?
You've never cooked? You never cooked?
Yeah, I cook, but I don't do gas stoves. You talking
Okay.
about have I ever cooked in my house now? Or have I ever
Yeah.
cooked overall?
Okay. You must have cooked on electric stoves.
Yes, ma'am. I don't do
Oh,
gas.
okay.
I do
Oh,
not
okay.
like
So I can do
that
both. Okay.
no, ma'am. I do not like it. She can,
I
but
got you.
yes,
I
ma'am.
got you.
Oh, Miss Darlene says she coming to dinner. Come on, Miss Darlene. She's a
I
cooker.
know
Now
that's
that's one
right.
thing about Miss Betty. Like my mom, she do not even like anybody in the kitchen anyway.
No, they don't.
No, she do
They
not. She do
most
not
of
like
them they didn't.
mm-mm.
And if you go in that kitchen without washing your hands, you got the daylights beat out of you.
Well, that won't happen over here.
My
We
mama,
better than going in that kitchen without washing your hands. Yes, ma'am.
baby, they did not
Mhm.
play that. So,
She still don't
but
play that, but we don't do it.
you don't
We
do. I
don't
know
do it.
you know not to do it.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
You
ma'am.
know not to do it. But the
Miss Darlene, you probably wondering why I got this big old coat on. It's freezing here, Miss Darlene, in Atlanta. We're in the 30s. I don't know how high we went today, but it's gonna drop again, and it's freezing. And we all know that it's cooler inside than it is out. So
my gosh.
yeah. So I can't wait to have you back. Maybe let's get a panel of women. How about bring Miss Darlene with you?
I would love that. I've talked to her. She said she's willing to do whatever she had because Miss Darlene had a bout of cancer, and she rung her bell, and so now she's going through some things. But yeah, she wants to talk about that. She wants
Oh
to
wow.
talk about that. Yeah. So
Yeah.
hopefully soon when she get together, whatever her health is, she'll be able to do. But remember, I was telling you about a panel. We need to get some panel on it so
Yeah.
these kids can answer these questions. Because these kids, baby, they got a lot of questions that needs to be answered.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they need communicating. They need to be communicated with. You know what I found out? Everything communicates. Birds,
Yeah.
ducks,
Communication is
dogs,
key.
cats. Yeah,
It's key. It's
they
key.
communicate. Yes, communication is the key. I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna let you go. When I was living in Florida, I used to feed the ducks. So the ducks used to see me, they all would fly down and for me to feed them. But before I got to them, I fell. And
Oh,
they all stood around as if to say, we can't help you. They didn't run or nothing. But the guys that was playing volleyball, it was a whole bunch of Arabs, right? And they were sweet as pie. I messed with everybody. They come over. This guy said, "Can I help you?" I said, "Yeah." Girl, he couldn't pick me up. And he said, "Oh my gosh, hold on." So he went to holler for his friends that was playing volleyball, about maybe 15 of them over there. He went to holler, and they all jumped over the fence and they went to talking in their language. And evidently he must have told them I was too heavy. He says, after he told them that, then he said, they grabbed each other. Everybody grabbed my legs and stuff. And the one that called him went to count. He said, and they all picked me up and put me on the brick where I was feed. I told them, just let me finish feed my ducks.
oh
So they
wow.
left. and the ducks start walking up to me, but it looked like they was talking to each other. So one came up first, and I gave him a breadcrumb, and he went to take it. He took it and pecked it in his mouth on the ground. I said, I wonder why they doing that. Then it dawned on me the bread was too hard, right? So he dropped it and turned around and was heading towards the other ducks. And one duck walked past him. I could have swore that duck told him, the bread is hard. The bread is hard. Girl, that duck looked at him and looked at that bread, walked over, picked up that bread, and walked back to the water and dunked it in the water until it got soft.
They smart.
Tell me, that's smart. That's communication. That's communication. Yes, he is. I could have sworn that duck said that bread is hard, because they were talking, they shoulder to shoulder, girl. I was cracking up. I said, my God, they got everybody communicating, you know? Yeah.
Oh my God.
The bread is hard. That duck picked that bread up, and that's why I know he said it, because the duck walked past and got the bread anyway and walked down to the water and dunked it in the water. Tell me that duck ain't tell him something.
Oh my God, that was such a great story. Well, there's God creations too. Let me tell you.
Oh yeah.
You know what, Miss Darlene, I really want I'll definitely lift you up in prayer on tonight, and I pray God blesses you and heal you from the crown of your head to the sole of your feet.
Amen. Amen.
I know that he can do it. You know, I just need, oh God, have your way, Lord. Have your way, Jesus. Have thy own way, Father.
Yes, Father. Amen.
Have your way. Miss Darlene, I don't know who it is that you need to call and forgive. I don't know. I keep hearing forgiveness. Forgive. You can't wait any longer to forgive them. And I'm sure you know who I'm speaking about. But you have no more time to wait. Even ask God to forgive you for holding on to it. You're most welcome.
Amen.
Hallelujah.
Amen.
Hallelujah.
Well, this was a good show. Yes, Lord.
Hallelujah.
Thank you. Hallelujah.
Bless your name, God.
Thank you for
I'll
the
definitely
show,
lift you up tonight. Definitely lift you up tonight. And thank you, Miss Betty. Look how God worked. You wasn't even supposed to be on tonight. You gave up your segment to your brother. But God is
Right.
God.
Well, he's in the hospital now. They admitted him. So keep him in your prayers.
Absolutely. Oh, wow. How long he been in the hospital?
They admitted him today.
Okay.
They
Okay,
admitted him
definitely.
today.
Lift both of them up tonight. But God bless every one of you. And thank you guys so much for tuning in here with us. That it had to happen. We cannot do this without each and every one of you. Again, if you would like to book, I said it earlier, but I'm going to say it again. If you would like to book with your girl, you can go to my website at www.ericawilsonih2h.com to book your segment. Also, if you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do so now and hit the notification button to let you guys know every time we go live here at It Had to Happen. Come on, Miss Betty, let's send them out with some virtual hugs.
Yes.
And virtual love. Because guys, we love you here at It Had to Happen. Miss Betty, thank you
Yes.
again for being a two-timer.
I'll be back.
IH2H fam. Thank you so much. Thank you. I really
I'll be
appreciate
back.
it. I know you will, and I really appreciate everything you do, y'all. Miss Betty been on the move. She have been sending people our way. She's been doing such a phenomenal job. I just can't wait till I can have the opportunity to just sit with her and show her how she could be of more help, and how we can help each other, because that's what it's all about, helping each other. So again, guys, do have the most amazing weekend ever. I know it's Wednesday, but we will not be back before you guys until Monday for our NFL Mom Show. And then Tuesday, we have our prayer broadcast at 5:30. So you definitely guys can meet us back. If God's willing, we'll be here before you all. Until next time, God bless you all. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Erica's Empowering Empire. 88 Blessings Soar Movement. It had to happen in a beauty so rare. We'd love for you to join us by subscribing to our YouTube channel, It Had to Happen with Erica Wilson. Following our social media.